there, welcome back to my channel. So I'm feeling really motivated to show you another kind of really cool eye look and just kind of show you some of the really easy techniques on how to create an eye look that I just did right here on my right eye. And I'm going to replicate it over here on my left eye. And back by popular demand is the Morphe. It's the Neutral Territory eyeshadow palette. I got this off of Amazon. Look at all the beautiful colors right there. And I'm going to use a couple of these colors and just going to show you how to do something that's really looks nice on your eyes, and it's really good for, it's a really nice everyday eye look, but also you could really dress it up if you wanted to go out and have like a date night or something. So there's a couple steps that you don't want to miss, and the first one is you want to either prime your eyelid, or what I do is I take a little bit of my concealer and I just take a little dab right here, just like this, 1 or 2 dots, not too much because you don't want to put too much concealer on. And I'm just going to brush that into my eyelid. And what that does is it sort of creates a, hold on one second, let me get my brush. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of blend that in. Can you sort of see how I'm doing that? Can you see? I'm blending in that concealer. And what that does is it creates a really nice, clean, like palette for your eye, but it also will help your eyeshadow to sort of adhere to your eyelids. So you see how nice and sort of like a nice clean palette it is for your eye, and that's going to be really nice. It's like a primer, and I just think it's much better than primer actually. All right, so now we're going to take one of our brushes, and I'm going to go start off with my crease. And what I usually do for my crease is a darker color, so I'm going to take the middle color right here, and I'm just going to sort of build the color onto my crease area. I'm going to start right, you can really start outside and work your way in, but you notice how I'm just tapping. I'm not swiping, so you don't want to do a lot of sweeping strokes because then the powder of your eyeshadow will just kind of go everywhere, and you want to control it. So you see how I'm just doing these little tapping strokes, just like that. It takes a couple of minutes, and you don't want to put too much on at one time. You want to just kind of build on it. And then what I do is I go right into the corner. Can you see that? Just like that. Create like a little bit of an L shaped, and that just kind of frames your shadow just a little bit. So I'm just gonna kind of do these little strokes right in the crease area. If you have hooded eyes, you want to go a little bit above the crease, and you're creating this little bit of a L shape, just like that. You see how nice that is? Now we're gonna blend this, so don't get too scared. Okay, so that's the first color. You see how easy that was? Now, if you want to build on it, you want to make it a little bit darker, or if you want to put an extra color, there's a lot of nice glitters here that you can put a little bit over that, so that if you want to create this kind of shimmery look, if you're going out, you certainly can do that. I recommend that because that's kind of fun, and you want to play with it, right? You want to have fun with your palette. So now I'm going to go in, I'm going to do a lighter color, and I'm going to choose this color right here. You see it right here. And I'm going to just take a second brush because I don't want to use the same brush. And then I'm just going to go right inside the middle of where I put the crease color. And I'm just going to kind of blend it in. So you want to like a blendable area there. And look how nice that is. You see how nice that's blending? And I like this palette because it's got a lot of different shades of a nice neutral, you know, palette there. So that's why I like it the most, because you can really use it for anything. And then they have the glittery colors if you want to take a little bit, put it in the corner of your eye, or if you want to put it on top of the crease that you just did, you can definitely do that. And that would be really pretty. Okay, so I have enough color there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, you can brush off your other brush, and then I'm just going to kind of sort of blend it in. And again, you can go lighter, you can go darker, just play with it. Whatever kind of makes you feel creates the look that you want really kind of is what you're looking for, okay? So you see that? Looks really nice. Now, sometimes when I do my shadow, I'll do it before I do my foundation. Why? Because a lot of times the powder will fall out onto my face, and if I've done my foundation, then it gets all over my new foundation that I just put on. So that's why I do it that way. Well, today I already have my foundation on, so I'm kind of going in the opposite direction. What I do to clean that up is I will usually just take my foundation brush, or a smaller brush, it doesn't really matter. I'll take a little bit of my foundation, or you could take a little bit of that concealer, and then I'll just kind of go right along the side and just kind of clean that area up. A lot of people use like tape and they do all kinds of fancy stuff for their eyeshadow. I don't do that because I don't really need like a crease look going along my my eye area. I just kind of clean up some of that fallout. Okay, and just kind of make it look a little bit, clean up that edge just a little bit, just like that. Okay, very simple. It's a really nice eye look. I love that. That's the Morphe Neutral Territory palette. I'll put it down in comments so you see where it is. Now, what I'm gonna do, I'm not done yet. I'm gonna go ahead and spruce up my mascara. You can go ahead and curl your lashes at this point. I already have mascara on, so let's kind of pretend that maybe I just came home from work and I'm putting this eye look together for going back out, turning back around. I already have some mascara on from today, but I'm gonna go ahead and kind of add another coat and freshen it up. You can, like I said, you can curl your lashes, kind of make your lashes look really, really nice and extra. And again, this is a really nice, simple look for either starting out in the morning, going to a day event, or just even your day job. You can tone it down a little bit if you want to use some of the more paler neutrals in the palette. And then you definitely want to use the concealer method because that creates a nice flat surface for the eyeshadow, and it'll help your eyeshadow to stay on all day long, which is what you want. You don't want it to go away after you've taken the time to apply it. You want it to last all day long. So there you go. I already also brushed up my eyebrows, made them look really nice, and that's the look. So I hope you guys have a lot of fun. Try out different palettes. This one I happen to like because I got on Amazon, but you can use any one that you can find, or use whatever's already in your makeup drawer. Get your brushes out and start experimenting. Get out your concealer, put that underneath your eyeshadow, and you're good to go. So I hope that helped y'all. If you want to, you can go see my other eye looks and some of my other videos, definitely in my playlist. So check those out too, and I will see you guys on the next video.